Welcome and welcome back to our podcast episode on anger management.
Explore the practical strategies for understanding and coping with anger effectively.
Anger is a complex emotion that can arise from various triggers, including stress, frustration, and misunderstandings. It is essential to learn how to maintain anger in healthy ways to maintain positive relationships and well-being.
Let's begin by understanding the nature of anger. Anger is a normal human emotion, but it becomes problematic when it is expressed in harmful ways. It is crucial to acknowledge and accept our feeling of anger without letting them control our actions.
One key aspect of understanding anger is recognizing its physical and emotional cues. These cues includes increase in heart rate, tense muscles, and racing thoughts. By paying attention to these signs, a trigger can vary from person to person and situation to situation. Common triggers include feeling disrespect, facing criticisms, or dealing with unexpected challenges. It's essential to identify your personal trigger and develop targeting coping strategies.
How we respond to anger is critical. Reacting impulsively or aggressively can escalate conflicts and lead to regrettable outcomes. So, instead we can practice pausing, taking deep breaths and using calming self-talk to respond more calmly and rationally.
Let's explore some practical anger management techniques such as breath focus technique can help calm the nervous system and reduce anger intensity.
Another technique is cognitive restructuring, which involves challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with more balanced and realistic perspective. This approach can help us avoid jumping to conclusion or making assumptions that fuels anger.
As we conclude today's episode, remember that anger management is a skill that improves with practices and self-awareness. By understanding our triggers, implementing effective techniques, we can navigate anger in healthier ways.
Okay, so now let's begin with the interviews.
Hello. So today we have our guest, Mr. Manoj Jha, for sharing his experience on anger and health.
Yeah, hello.
So, sir, my question is, what psychological changes occur in the body when experiencing anger, and how do these changes impact overall health?
Let me tell you that anger, once it is inside our body, it not only causes the psychological but the physiological changes as well. And what we call it becomes remain in the body for a longer period. It develops into so many psychosomatic disorders. First of all, your body chemistry changes, the heartbeat raises, the blood pressure rises, and ultimately it leads to the cardiovascular problems. And psychologically, if you ask me, it impacts your personal relationships, your working in the office, your relationship with your friends, your colleagues and neighbors. So it affects each and every parts of your daily life, daily course.
Okay. So next question is, what role does stress play in the relationship between anger and health, and how can stress management technique mitigate these effects?
Anger management techniques, you ask me.
Yes, sir.
So basically,
And how it affects your relationship?
anger, of course, it affects. Once you develop some anger problems, say with your workplace or with some people on the road, you come back to your home, it starts spoiling your personal relationships because you are in anger. You don't understand your wife or your children's needs there, and you just act at your own. So the strategies usually I develop is just follow your hobbies and passions. If you like music, you listen to some music, think something very positive. Think something very positive and just try to cool down. Take a deep breath. Do some yoga. And at least when you are in a fit of anger, at least spare some time for you. And just once you get rid of the anger, then you should face your family members and your children and all. So that's the best way, I think, to cope with the anger and do the anger management. Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your experience. Thank you.
So now we have Nishtha Ranjan ma'am to share her experience. How can couple establish boundaries and agreements to prevent anger from damaging a relationship?
Couple should be, first of all, they should be knowing like what are the expectation of one person. They should be Like there are two persons X and Y, so X should be knowing the expectations of Y, Y should be knowing the expectations of X. Then they should be understanding how much they can fulfill them. And everybody is having their limitation. It is not always that both of them are going to fulfill their expectation every time. So again, can you just repeat the question, the last line that you said?
Prevent from damaging the relationship.
So to prevent that damage, if you are fulfilling, like suppose your 80% of the expectations are getting fulfilled, so that will sustain your relationship. There won't be any issue. But if you think only 50% of the expectations are also not fulfilled, then it is a major problem. For few days it may happen that some person may not be able to fill even those 50% also. But then there should always be a backup plan. If not now, then there may be that after some days you may fulfill the expectation, be it through a trip or anything else.
What are some effective strategies from repairing the rebuilding trust from anger has caused harm in the relationship? अगर वो चीज खराब हो गई तो how they can rebuild it?
So for the rebuilding thing, it is again like for my case, if the trust is broken once, it will never get built up. No matter whatever happens, it will take many days, many years maybe. And to break my trust also, it takes years. I do not, if you do one time wrong, it doesn't mean that it will break my trust. But rebuilding is depends again upon the person. Like for me, it will take many years. Some persons get into their trust get rebuilt up very soon. Now for that, you actually have to make an effort. The effort should be clearly visible. If it is not visible, then there won't be any happiness around. But then yes, like there are two things. There are few people who are not permanent in your life, they are temporary, so you can just leave them. That's not at all required. But as far as in any of the relationship that you have to sustain, then that person X and Y both will be sustaining themselves. So it is not that X is going to Z. Both X and Y will be there. So in order to have both of them to be able to sustain, again, the rebuilding of the relationship has to be there. So it is just that again, just start from zero, delete whatever was there in the previous time, delete, start from zero. That's the easiest way. Because after you have deleted all the negative stuff, then only you will be having those addition of the positive stuff.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Hi, I'm Nakul. I will be asking you some questions related to anger management and self-care. What are some common triggers for anger?
Common triggers for anger when you're feeling undermined by the other person, or you're under stress, or you feel like तुम्हारा ego hurt हो गया है.
Okay. What are healthy ways to express anger?
Healthy ways to express anger can be playing sports like running or boxing or journaling, then meditating and going out for walks.
How can I practice self-compassion during moment of anger?
You can practice self-compassion like when a child, treating yourself like a child. When a kid gets angry, तुम बहुत आराम से deal करते हो. You're very compassionate कि क्या हुआ, what's making you feel this way. So treating yourself the same way with kindness. That's it.
Okay. What are some effective self-care strategies for managing anger?
Effective self-care strategies like the same, playing sports, then meditating on a regular basis, getting proper sleep, then making sure not to lash out your anger on someone else who is not even related to the situation.
Can you suggest relaxation techniques for calming down when you feel angry?
Practicing meditation and deep breathing and taking yourself out of the situation when it feels like it's getting too much.
Are there any activities or hobbies that can help me build up an anger in a healthy way?
What I do is I play badminton or I go out for a walk and I journal to to figure out what's making me feel that way. So that's all.
How do you communicate when you get anger?
How do I communicate? First, I take myself out of this situation and I figure out what's making me feel that way. And then I also figure out why it's making me feel that way. And then I talk to the other person and communicate how their actions have hurt me. And I also listen to their perspective. Because it can be that they didn't want to hurt me, but due to my past traumas or something, it hurt me.
Okay.
Today we have a guest Ishan to share his life experiences on anger and stress. What are some common triggers for anger and stress?
देखिए, एंगर एंड स्ट्रेस में मेरा ये ओपिनियन जाता है कि जब आप बेसिकली किसी से लड़ते हैं या आपकी कोई बात नहीं मानते, बेसिकली हम पेरेंट्स में देखते हैं कि पेरेंट्स में किसी ने आपकी बात निगलेक्ट कर दिया, इग्नोर कर दिया आपको छोटा समझ के, या आपको एक ग्रुप का काम कर रहे हैं कॉलेज, तो उसमें आपकी बात डिनाई कर दी जाती है। अब जैसे ग्रुप का काम चल रहा है, आपकी उसमें नहीं सुनी जाती, जो आपका रोल है वो आपको डिफाइन कर दिया जाता है, बट उसके सिवा भी आपके जो प्रोजेक्ट है वो ओवरऑल डेवलप नहीं हो रहा है। तो इस केस में एक मेन ट्रिगर होता है कि जब आपकी कोई बात नहीं सुनता, तो वो एक ईगो पे हिट होता है आपकी कि कोई बात आपकी क्यों नहीं सुन रहा। तो ये एक मेन मेरे ओपिनियन की तरफ से रीजन बनता है एंगर का ट्रिगर होने का।
What are the long-term consequences of unmanaged anger and stress?
देखिए, सबसे पहला कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस हो सकते हैं कि जब आप एंगर आपका खो देते हैं ना, तो सबसे पहला होता है कि आपके रिलेशनशिप्स में बहुत ज्यादा दिक्कतें आ सकती है। आपकी दोस्ती में आप गुस्से में तो बोल देते हैं, बट कई चीजें आप ऐसे बोल सकते हैं जो वापस नहीं ले सकते, और दूसरे को दिल पे लग जाती है। वो बंदा बोलता नहीं, बट वो चीजें आप वापस नहीं ले सकते, क्योंकि एक बार तो दिल छोड़ के फिर वो।
Thank you for watching our podcast.